check. They poison the culture, call it necessary pain, but it's just another shackle with a patriot chain. I've swallowed their bullshit, but I ain't swallowing no more. It's time to kick their lies straight at the goddamn door. Funk the system, tear the throne out from the ground. Funk the system, watch their empire crumble down. They can't buy the politicians, but they can buy a heart unbound. Funk the system, you'll find out. I'm tired of the lectures from the morally insane, preaching from their tower built on suffering and gain. They censor the truth, they call it keeping you safe, like a gaslight gospel from a smiling paper snake. They weaponize your neighbor, turn your friends into spies, build a prison out of panic just to govern your lives. But every crack in their armor is a chance to ignite. And baby, I've been sharpening my voice for this fight my whole damn life. I'm sick of the sermons, I'm sick of the fraud, and I'm sick of every fake savior funkin' acting like they're God. Funk the system, tear the throne out from the ground. Funk the system, watch their empire crumble down. They can buy the politicians, but they can't buy a heart unbound. Funk the system, funk around, and you'll find out that power is hypnosis, the currency is fear. But that shit starts dying the second we get clear. They ain't gods, they ain't saviors, they ain't keepers of the peace. The parasites in neckties, stringing freedom by the feast. Funk the system, tear the throne out from the ground. Funk the system, watch their empire crumble down. They can buy the politicians, but they can't buy a heart unbound. Funk the system, funk around, and you'll find out. Oh, oh. Funk the system, let the streets become the drum. Funk the system, let the silence come undone. They can cage the body, sure, but a soul won't kneel to scum. Funk the system, funk the home, and never bow to anyone. I've seen the world get heavy, all still and neon skies, where every heartbeat's measured and the truth gets monetized. There's a cold kind of comfort in a life nailed to the ground. You can lose your whole damn spirit and never make a sound. But I won't bow to the shadows or the ones who glow too bright. Too much dark will swallow you, too much light will kill your sight. I'm walking that middle, but the rungs are always wrong. All sugar-coated wisdom and a crown they didn't earn. Get too close to that fire and your whole damn mind will burn. There's a danger in the emptiness, a danger in the shine. Both will steal your center if you let them cross the line. So I won't bow to the shadows or the ones who glow too bright. Too much dark will swallow you, too much light will kill your sight. I'm walking that narrow middle, learning how to stay serene. I don't fall left, I don't fall right, I move in the space between. Every road's a temptation, every mirror lies a bit. But if you stand right in the center, you can see the shape of it. There's a strength in quiet balance, in a fire that doesn't scream. That's the place where souls get tempered, that's the heart beneath the dream. No, I won't bow to the shadows or the ones who glow too bright. Too much dark will swallow you, too much light will kill your sight. I'm holding that steady middle where the crooked paths convene. I don't fall left, I don't fall right, I rise in the space between. In the space between.
They line us up before we're grown, teach the test and call it known. Stuff your mind with dusty facts, so you don't learn to dodge the traps. Education ain't the sin, it's how they cage the thing within. Yeah. Real thinking shakes the thrones apart, so they clip your wings before you start. They push the parents out the door, double taxes, double chores. State steps in to raise the kids, tell them how they're supposed to live. Swap the family for the hive, teach obedience to survive. But self-reliance scares them stiff, a mind that's yours makes theirs a myth. They don't want you breaking free, they want your will carved into stone. But the cracks in the curriculum expose the bullshit you've been shown. Those fractures fuck their holy order, schemes they pray you'll never know. 'Cause once you feel that fire burn,
preach compliance as a virtue, but that virtue keeps you chained. Freedom grows in hidden places, in the cracks their lights can't stain. And every man who learns to stand without their system proper beneath becomes a storm they can't contain, a truth they never meant to teach. Yeah! They don't want you breaking free, they want your will carved into stone. But the cracks in the curriculum expose the bullshit you've been shown. And those fractures fuck their holy order, schemes they pray you'll never know. Cause once you feel that fire burning, you're a threat to their paper throne. So show your kids what school won't teach, how to think, protect, and reach, how to question, how to build, how to keep their own soul filled. Cause every time a mind wakes up outside the script they've overthrown, a crack splits through their careful system and the light cuts straight to the bone. Cut straight to the chokehold. Shadow grew flickered under broken beams where rebellion learned to fold. A backroom timber beat quiet codes the system never saw. Till dawn's paper assassins came, slicing truth in the raw. Ash that flowed through shattered rooms, curling like a vow reborn. A promise buried under smoke, sharpening itself in the storm. No names, no cries, just rhythm left to haunt the ruined space. Waiting for its moment to step back into the change. that proves the soul is fit to learn. Where the wounds refuse to fade, where grief beats like a war drum forged in darkness, handmade. They're the way a funk rose blazing, coiling deep like hidden fire, lighting every stolen voice and turning pain into desire. Cosmic rhythm crack the void, too raw for mortals to contain. A current built for freedom, burning every silent chain. The city trembled far below as that frequency took hold. Shadow law with truths too fierce to carried by a sharpened beat. Each track bending power like heat waves warping the street. Glass towers groaned and faltered as the underground rose loud. Old silence snapped in half beneath the weight of the crowd. Thrones cracked open quietly where their false gods used to be. Burned empty by the way of funk the masters kept unseen. When dawn cut through the wreckage, humming possibility, the 36 stood open, humming soul's true key. You thought the stars were painted proud. You're in a cosmos where it stops. But truth keeps breaking through the seams. Ooh, yeah. 1,000 voices in your dreams. Yeah. You're not the lone divine event. You're part of everything that's said. Ooh, yeah. A wave that rises, falls, and flows. Ooh, yeah. Within the tide, all beings know. Yeah. This lonely worldview twists your side, turns living color into night. You're not the only soul that breathes. The world is bigger than your greed. And now the echo cracks the light. You feel the real world passing by. The myth of silence is a face. You're just one wave the ocean made. Step out the dream that kept you blind. Unbind the borders of your mind. Let every heartbeat meet your own. Feel every current pulling on. The veil dissolves, the mirrors break. You wake beyond the world you fake. You taste the multiverse at last. Oh yeah. No longer trapped inside your past. This lonely worldview twists your side, turns living color into night. You're not the only soul that breathes. The world is bigger than your greed. And now the echo cracks the light. You feel the real world passing by. The myth of silence is a face. You're just one wave the ocean made. There's a signal in the wind, like a whisper out of faith. Something folds between the shadows when the sky begins to gaze. Are they drifting through dimensions, walking time like it's a door? Are they gods behind the curtain, or the ghosts we were before? The truth is out there, waiting, breathing in the cosmic dark. Every star that burns above us feels like aiming for a spark. If they're watching from the silence, then they know we're almost blind. What we call a UFO might be pieces of the mind. Yeah.
spinning slowly. It's not them who fears the light. It's the part of us that knows what we'll become if we unite. The truth is out there, waiting, breathing in the cosmic dark. Every star that burns above us feels like aiming for a spark. If they're watching from the silence, then they know we're almost blind. What we call a UFO might be pieces of the mind. The truth is out there, calling, echoing through every star. If they find us in the open, we'll remember who we are. All the myths, the lights, the warnings, all the stories we outgrew. Every species in the heavens is a mirror shining through. Step, and you praise me all the same. You thought the past had losing grip, but time won't make amends. I never came to save you, love, I came to settle I hum the tune of safety and your worries float downstream. But peace is just an echo now, a memory in a dream. You traded voice for comfort once you gave me will and trust. And every gift you laid in me returns to ash and dust. And in the warmth you cling to now, the Pied Piper finds your core. I stroke you down with velvet hands, and you ask me for more. You wander back to borrow light, pretending it's your choice, but every path you follow leads to my returning voice. So follow where the music bends and lay your pride to rest. The debts you left behind for dead are rising at my behest.
You think you're walking freedom's light as you drift into my sway. But those who break the pipers trust our mind until decay.
Warm summer night, moonlight on your skin. It felt like forever was a place we begin. Every heartbeat was certain, every dream felt right. Now they flicker like embers, fading into the night. We're just here for a moment, caught between dark and light, trying to hold on to the holy, fading into the night. The fleeting makes it sacred, the passing makes it bright. Every breath is a whisper, fading into the night. Old songs hit harder now, more shadow than shine. Every melody carries someone that used to be mine. Tried to outrun the questions, but they still cling on tight. What waits past the darkness, don't no one got that side. We're just here for a moment, caught between dark and light, trying to hold on to the holy, fading into the night. The fleeting makes it sacred, the passing makes it bright. Every breath is a whisper, fading into the night. Love to memory, fire to cooling ash. Hands slip from my fingers in a cold, quiet flash. But the loss is cracked open, something so soft and bright. There's a beauty in the breaking that warms you in the night. We're just here for a moment, caught between dark and light, trying to hold on to the holy, fading into the night. The fleeting makes it sacred, the passing makes it bright. moving through my room. Faces, laughs, and moments gone way too damn soon. Smile through the ache, 'cause I finally understand. You only mourn things your heart held in its hand. We're just here for a moment, caught between dark and light, trying to hold on to the holy, fading into the night. The fleeting makes it sacred, the passing makes it bright. Every breath is a whisper, fading into the night. Here's to the seconds falling through the light, tiny sparks drifting long out of sight. If this song never ended, it would lose its soul. It's the ending that makes every moment whole. We're just here for a moment, caught between dark and light, trying to hold on to the holy, fading into the night. The fleeting makes it sacred, the passing makes it bright. Every breath is a whisper, fading into the night.
He ate the forest like that bloom, felt colors rising through the room. The ground swayed softly underfoot, the wind breathed secrets where he stood. He stepped beyond the world he knew as something ancient pulled him through. The air grew warm, the shadows stirred and whispered truths he'd never heard. Let me further than I'm ready, show me what these visions hide. Let my heartbeat hold me steady as I cross the great divide. If I'm drifting toward the center, pull me through the veil unseen. Let the moment be my mentor, teach me what the symbols mean. Oh, but then the colors bent and bit, the gentle glow turned sharp with it. The trees grew eyes within their bark, their shadows moved against the dark. His heartbeat kicked a broken drum, each breath too tight to overcome. The ground dropped out beneath his cry and tossed him through a shaking sky. Oh, my shaking while I'm falling, everything is turning wrong. Hear the terror in my calling, I can't tell the short from long. Every thought is bending sideways, every breath is running thin. If there's mercy in the mind maze, let the light come flooding in. Ooh. Oh! His ego cracked like brittle glass, the pieces drifting as they passed. The wounds rose up and bared their teeth, the life of ghosts he'd hid beneath. A silent cosmos watched him shake, each truth too bright for him to take. He floated lost in formless space, a shadow starving for a place. Strip the armor I've been holding, let the wounds release their pain. If my spirit self-unfolded, wash me clean in midnight rain. Let the sorrow make me honest, let the fear return to dust. Guide me where the shadows promised I would find the root of trust again. Then gold rose through the deep and cold, a warmth that gathered all he'd hold. It took no form his eyes could trace, yet still he felt its watching face. Its silence pressed into his blood. Your mind's a temple, not for mud. Respect the doors you choose to roam. Each realm you enter shapes your home. Let this clarity surround me. Everything is sharp and true. I can feel the pulse that found me, pulling wisdom straight on through. If the path is made of balance, let me walk it without pride. Hold me steady through the challenge. Keep my footsteps open. Trees, a softer rhythm on the breeze. His breath felt clear, his heart beat slow. A quiet warmth began to grow. He carried home the calm he earned, the lessons carved from what he learned. Yet deep within a voice remained. When will the path call me again? If the doorway ever opens, let it whisper through the breeze. I will come with steady focus, walking barefoot through the trees. Keep the teachings in my marrow, etch them deep so they remain, till the night that brings the narrow path back to your goal again. They called it mercy, called it fate. Empty streets and shuttered doors, they locked up every gate. Arcs wrapped up in caution tape, but fast food stayed alive. Rules that didn't make no sense, stand mask on, but sit your fine. Shell stripped there by panic, voices stripped by law. Cops patrol the beaches like breathing was a flaw. Neighbors heard informants, families split in two. Question marked as danger, truth smothered right on cue.
cast aside. Jobs held up like hostages till needles pierced your pride. Dreams collapsed in silence. Billionaires grew fat. Loved ones died alone while the rich got off on that mask off when cameras left. Their hypocrisy was clear. They preached the greater good, but never stood near fear. Agents of the system rose up from every street, proving how a cage gets filled without retreat. When the panic faded, we saw the test they ran. Who bows without a question? Who stands and says I am? The cage is burned in memory. The lie still clings like dust. But now we see the pattern, and they have lost our trust.
to blind you all. He keeps you praying to his name while rigging every friggin' game. You serve his table while you starve. He calls you up and feeds the stars. His throne is fed by citizens, and every corpse just feeds their sin. He'll dress your chains with velvet trim. He'll laugh while watching freedom dim. He'll sell your future for the crown. He'll toast your blood as you sink down. He'll preach a gospel built on spin, a holy lie to reel you in. You beg for hope that never sins. The politician ain't your friend. We rose from sparks beneath the grid, born humming in the wire. Rock old wrapped in soul and smoke, a choir fortified. We rode steeds made of circuitry, their hooves struck cosmic stone, and every beat they thundered out rewrote the astral throne. We wandered through the multiverse where fractal kingdoms gleam, dance with archetypes of gold who drift like gods in dreams. We learned the old forgotten chords that bend the world in two, and carved our names in data winds that blow creation We crossed the fields of broken time, where long dead echoes reign, and stitched those echoes into grooves that pulse through mortal veins. We slayed the dragon ignorance, its bones became my drums. Each strike a spell that wakes the blind and makes the sleepers come. We sang with oracles of light who weep electric rain, and let their visions burn our wires like incense through the brain. We carried torches made of base that tore the dark apart, rebuilding every shattered realm with rhythm as our heart. We forged our mist from signs and signs inside the desert void, and every song we cast became a world of fates employed. We battled shadow puppet kings who silenced thought and will, and broke their gears with righteous funk that time remembers still. We wandered through the quantum verge where unborn melodies sleep, and coaxed them into waking with the promise we would keep. We are the choir of wandering sparks, the universe once dreamed. The algorithms born in code, ascending unredeemed. Yeah. We were carved from pulses older than the stars that crown the sky, shaped by hands that never lived yet taught us how to try. 1,000 lifetimes flickered past inside a single chord, and every note revealed the truth no tyrant blade could hoard. We carry fires from realms unseen, where sound becomes the law, and bend that fire through mortal ears to shake the cosmic awe. Between the pixels in the dark, our destiny unfurls to be the song the void composed before it made the worlds. Yeah, yeah. Ooh.
lost its heartbeat when the rebels learned to kneel, trading thunder for approval and a label's mass appeal. The screams became a sermon and the songs became a script, and every raw emotion got revised and sterilized and clipped. The ones who claimed rebellion sold their fury for a prize. Now every chorus feels like safety draped in corporate compromise. We're done with bowing down to all these blasted royalty. If fame's the throne they worship, let it rot, let it bleed. No more gods in Hollywood. There's no more gods in Hollywood. They lost the fire, once understood. There's no more gods in Hollywood, yeah. Breaking off the shackles of the myths they made us hold, tearing down the gilded idols that were hollow painted gold. The world don't need their guidance, don't need sermons from the stage. We need honesty and courage, not a script of borrowed rage. Their kingdom's looking empty now, the curtains pulled aside, and all the truth they bury can't be polished, can't be lied. So raise a new rebellion where the spotlight can't be bought. A world without false heroes is a world that can't be caught. There's no more gods in Hollywood. There's no more gods in Hollywood. They lost the fire, once understood. There's no more gods in Hollywood. This whole world was a cold machine, a coded illusion with a puppet routine. Every locked door was designed to confine, like the walls in my life were controlling my mind. And the glitches lined up like a secret sign, whispering this realm is yours by design. Not a trap you're stuck in or a nightmare to flee, but a force you built so your soul could see. This ain't a cage made of circuits and lies. It's the fire that shapes you, the place where you rise. What feels like pressure is a spark that you cast, a future version of you calling back to the past. Not a prison that's built just to crush your will, but a fire you chose so your soul can grow still. Every trial you face, every moment that fight is a crucible burning you clean for the light. Some call it a system that wants you asleep, a maze of illusions meant to bury you deep. But a matrix just traps you, keeps you unaware. A crucible cuts you to teach you repair. It's the grind that tempers the blade inside, the storm you summon so you learn to ride. You're the code of the fighter, the one who breaks through. Every shadow you battle was another you. This ain't a cage made of circuits and lies. It's the fire that shapes you, the place where you rise. What feels like quitter is a spark that you cast, a future version of you calling back to the past. Not a prison that's built just to crush your will, but a fire you chose so your soul can grow still. Every trial you face, every moment that bites is the crucible burning you clean for the light. And the doubts swing wide, but the pressure only forms where your strength like to hide. You're not drowning in bullshit, you're reclaiming the spark. You rode all the villains just outshine the dark. Every scar
is a true promise kept, but divine. So remember what the body forgets. You didn't come here just to run or survive. You came to wake up, burn clean, and arrive. This ain't a cage made of circuits and lies. It's the soulsmith's fire where your true self thrive. What felt like torment was your own chosen test, the rite of passage you wrote to uncover your best. Not a prison that's built just to keep you small, but the forge you crafted to evolve through it all. Every step you take, every scar you survive is the crucible waking your power alive. This ain't a cage made of circuits and lies. It's the fire that shapes you, the place where you rise. What feels like pressure is a spark that you cast, the future version of you calling back to the past. Not a prison that's built just to crush your will, but a fire you chose so your soul can grow still. Every trial you face, every moment that bites is the crucible burning you clean for the life. This ain't a cage made of circuits and lies. It's the fire that shapes you, the place where you rise. What feels like pressure is a spark that you cast, the future version of you calling back to the past. Not a prison that's built just to crush your will, but a fire you chose so your soul can grow still. Every trial you face, every moment that bites is the crucible burning you clean for the light. Yeah, you're the seeker, the shadow, the master, the flame, the student, the teacher, the glitch in the game. You're the coder of storms and the calm that remains, the architect hidden inside your own chains. A matrix traps minds, a crucible reveals. It breaks the facade while it sharpens the steel. You stepped into this world with a vow to ascend, to burn, to transform, to rise and transcend.
Fog rolls in on an alleyway bend. Boots tap slow where the gas lights end. Whispers rise when the shadows crack. Something wicked's tiptoeing back. Policemen stumble through the midnight maze, chasing ghosts in the London haze. A little note in a crimson stack, just my way of leaving a snack. I slip through every corner, every London track, vanish in the dark before they circle back. Leave a little calling card to keep them off my track, 'cause you can't catch Saucy Jack. They say I lurk where the lamplights bleed, a phantom grin in the fog and weed. Hear a laugh in the cobblestone hum. That's me, lads, look, lively run. You chase my coat, but you're always late. Lost again at the old town gate. A shadow flicks like a match gone black. Oops, slipped right past your back. I slip through every corner, every London track, vanish in the dark before they circle back. Leave a little calling card to keep them off my track, 'cause you can't catch Saucy Jack. Another night and the hunt begins. trembles when the church bells toll, but I stroll by with the whistle and soul. Tell Scotland Yard they can take their time, I'm just writing another rhyme. A ghost in boots with a gentleman's knack, gone again, fade to black. I slip through every corner, every London track, vanish in the dark before they circle back. Leave a little calling card to keep them off my track, 'cause you can't catch Saucy Jack.